You're watching Explore Tulsa.
The original owner, Mark Ford, he moved in from Austin. Wanted to open a barber shop, walk in, cash only, old school style, 50s style barber shop. They opened at 29th and Harvard. So they got together and it just took off. Like, it was just the two of them forever, and went through a couple guys until they met Chris, fresh out of barber school. And as the guy that used to own this shop, Chris had the touch. So, it just took off and grew from there. And it was there for just about 3 years until Mark decided he was done cutting hair, gonna go back to Austin to get back in the car business. And that's when our boss Lance came in and bought the shop and took over. And that was right around the time that I came into the shop. For me, it was, I've got a lot of family. I've got my great uncle Sid was a barber in Arkansas, and my uncle Dan always wanted to be a barber. And about 20 years ago or so, he gave up his life in the restaurant industry and went to barber school and started off in this little shop in Arkansas, in Siloam Springs, called Peachy's, and worked with him. And it was about 5 years after he'd been into it. I was out of school looking for something to do, and he was like, I love it. And so I went in and started cutting hair and had a love-hate relationship for a long time. And I did it here and there, off and on, while I was going to college and this and that. And then about 5 years ago, my uncle called me and was like, I'm down a barber, I need somebody in Siloam Springs if you're not doing anything. And so I left, I was in between jobs in Oklahoma City, and packed up and moved to Siloam and started cutting hair there, and I've been doing it ever since. It can be stressful, especially in a walk-in environment. You never know what's going to come in the door. You have to do everything. You've got to be well versed in every type of hairstyle, as opposed to, like, appointment barbers. They can pick and choose kind of what they do and who they cut and this and that. Whereas a walk-in shop, it's, we're open this time, we close at this time, and as long as you're in the shop, we're going to cut your hair. And we have to be able to do, everything from skin fades, pompadours, mullets, and flat tops. We've got to do it all. So, and as well as shaving, and that whole thing kind of comes into play as well. You just have to be very well versed in every aspect of it, as opposed to just find your niche and stick to that. So that's why it can be very stressful and kind of difficult. The things that I love about it also drive me crazy about it. So, like, there are days where we'll sit around and do absolutely nothing, and you'll be just dead. And like, by the end of the day, you've got like an hour and a half to go, and you're just tired. You want to go home because you haven't done anything. You've sat all day, and then you get slammed, and it's like, oh crap, now I'm gonna be here well past close. But it's part of the job. You got to get it done. It's atmosphere, experience. Once upon a time, it was a place where men came to just relax. It was like, most people don't ever take that time to just sit down. Oh, it's going to be an hour wait. Well, enjoy yourself. We got cold drinks in the fridge. There's magazines. Join in a conversation. Everybody can hear everything that's going on in here. So you're just a part of the crowd. So it's just it's an experience thing. It's a throwback to yesteryear. And we get, fathers bringing their sons in for their first haircut. We had a kid the other day that was brand new, never been in a barber shop. I cut his hair and he's looking at his dad like, "This is fun, Dad. This is great." And in the same breath, you get kids that sit in your chair that are like, freaking out and fighting you, and you just gotta kind of clamps their head and get it done the best you can. But it's about experience, and like the experience you get in the barber shop, and a good quality haircut from guys who know quality when they see it. And you're gonna get that here, as opposed to a lot of places that are just in and out, turn and burn, or there's one specific style and they're gonna do that regardless of what you ask. Like, here, we're gonna give you whatever you ask for, to the best of our ability anyway.